Psychologists later pointed to several mechanisms behind this shift. One of the most important was de-individuation, the loss of personal identity within a role. The guards wore identical uniforms. They were given authority. Their individuality blurred into the role they were playing. Responsibility felt shared, diffused, less personal. At the same time, the prisoners experienced the opposite. Their individuality was stripped away, names replaced with numbers, control removed. Over time, they stopped acting like individuals and started behaving like what the role expected of them. And above all of them, the system remained in control. That's where the deeper truth emerges. The environment didn't just reveal behavior, it shaped it. When people are placed into systems with clear power differences, clear expectations, and limited accountability, their behavior begins to align with the role, often more strongly than with their personal values. And this doesn't only happen in experiments. You can see smaller versions of it in everyday life, in workplaces where authority goes unchecked, in online spaces where anonymity removes accountability, in institutions where hierarchy is rigid and questioning is discouraged, in any environment where roles become stronger than individuals. People adjust, not because they're evil, but because they're human. The Stanford experiment forced researchers to confront something uncomfortable. Under the right conditions, normal people can adopt behaviors they would never expect from themselves. Not over years, not after training, in days, and often without realizing how far they've shifted. The most unsettling part is that many of the participants didn't feel like they were doing anything wrong at the moment. Their actions felt justified within the structure they were given. The role defined the limits, and within those limits, behavior adapted. That's what makes it dangerous, because when behavior feels justified, it doesn't feel like a choice anymore. It feels like the correct response. The experiment had to be stopped early, not because it failed, but because it was working too well. The situation became too real. The lines between role and identity blurred too deeply. What started as a study became a reflection of something much larger. That human behavior is not as fixed as we like to believe. It is influenced, shaped, sometimes rewritten. So when people look at moments of cruelty in history, in institutions, in everyday life, it's easy to separate themselves, to think, I would never act like that, to assume there is a clear line between those who do harm and those who don't. But this experiment suggests something far more uncomfortable. The line is thinner than we think. Because the question isn't just about what those participants became, it's about what anyone might become, given the same structure, the same power, the same conditions. If the role changes, would you?